Hello, how is everyone doing out there? So, I just want to tell you a little story, and it's funny as well. Well, basically, last week I went shopping at Tesco's, and there was this lady, mixed race lady, with her man. He's dark skinned guy, and they were obviously together. And I hate when this happens. But the guy was looking at me, and it's the worst thing to happen, especially when the other woman's there. And I'm thinking, how can a man be with his woman and he's looking at another woman? And I've had it so many times. I've had it happen to me so many times. And the thing is, I feel bad for the other woman and I don't know where to put my face. Because it's not my fault. I'm just out shopping with my child. So it happened, and the man kept staring, and anywhere I went down the aisle, this guy seemed to be there. And every time I saw them, he kept staring, and I felt so awkward. But I shouldn't feel awkward, should I? Because I'm just innocently out shopping with my child, and I wasn't staring at this person. And every time, I must have walked down the aisle, and then I caught that both of them were together. He was staring, so I just quickly glimpsed away and sort of like scurried off to another aisle. Went outside to go and get, my shopping home, and they were there. He was there again, just, staring. And this poor lady, I don't know what she was thinking. And obviously, she might have been in a bit of a mood because she was going on at him. But I just innocently was trying to just get on with my shopping with my child, and my child was with me as well. So I went home. Like I said, I was feeling quite awkward, and I was like, oh gosh, why does that have to happen? Went home, forgot about it. Today, went shopping in Asda, a different shop this time. I was at the till with my daughter. Just finished getting her school clothes. Someone pushed me. Who do you think it was? The same woman with the same man. But the thing is, she pushed me and I didn't know who it was at the time. And then I turned around and said, who is that has just pushed me? I thought it was innocent because the shop was quite packed. But when I saw the lady, I knew it was done on purpose. I walked past and I said, who does this woman think she is? And she heard me. She is not supposed to push me. It's not my fault that her man keeps staring at me. That's not my problem. So I just walked on ahead with my daughter, and I thought to myself, well, she knows that her man is looking at somebody else. So she knows in her heart that her man doesn't love her 100%. So why is she with him? I don't understand why women stay with men that are interested in other women, and he's probably slept out on her and everything more than likely. She's going to feel insecure about herself every single day of her life. Now, I'm single, and the reason why I'm single is because I've had the same thing. I've had my relationship, and he's been looking at another woman. And I've asked him, why are you staring at another woman? And innocently saying they're not staring. But I said, you must feel attracted to that woman and why you're looking at her. Women can feel vibrations. They know when a man is feeling attraction. Because I know I'm a woman. I can feel when a man is feeling attracted towards another woman. Because I can feel the feeling of warmth. He's given off a radiation of love, or attraction. They call it attraction, and it's a feeling of happiness. And I can't explain the feeling, but I know how it feels. Now I know when a man's in love with me because he will give me a feeling of love, and it's very rare that I get that feeling because the men I've been with always want to be rude. They think it's normal to be aggressive to a woman, but I said, no, I don't respond to aggression. I only respond to goodness and happiness and positive vibrations. So a lot of the men I've had have always been aggressive, so I've been saying no, or I found that they're sleeping with another woman, or again, if I catch the man that I was with looking at another woman, it just puts me off, and I'm like, bye. I'm quite strict. So this woman must go through this all of the time, because this man was openly staring at me, and she was right next to him. And if that was me, yes, I would have been going on and on and on and on. And I've had that happen to me, and it's the worst thing to go through, because you want that man to be loving you inside and out. And if he's staring at somebody else, in your hearts and heart, he doesn't 100% love. And it, to me, is a big problem, in this society, that men are really not loving women. And they like to have multiple partners. They like sleeping around nowadays. And they're just not appreciating the woman that they're with. And for me, I'm single because of it. And I'm not hurt anymore. I don't feel hurt. I don't feel like I'm not good enough. I do have my days where I wish I was settled down with somebody, but if he hasn't reached the potential of knowing how to love a woman, what is the point of going through that pain? Because I've been with men that are not in love with me, and it's a painful experience. I can't just stay with somebody for the sake of saying that I'm in a relationship, or because it does look good when you're walking down the street with a man next to you. But if he's not in love with me, what is the point? And I've had to sit down. I've had to just accept it. It hurts. It's not nice. But when I go out, I all these men just stare. They stare. So I said, okay, if they stare, and they've got another woman by their side. Because where I live, there's a lot of couples. But I'm saying, what is this, some kind of fashion show or something? Because it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be every single man on this earth was supposed to find their soul partner, and we're all supposed to stay with our soul partner. I was supposed to find my soul partner, but there's a problem when it comes to lust and basically an image. If someone looks good in his clothes, or she looks good in her clothes, she's got nice long hair, or she dresses very nice, and she's got a nice car, or he's got a nice car, and he's got a nice hat. It's all about material things. It's about what you're seeing outwardly. So as long as everybody's got that, we can get involved and have a relationship. But let me tell you something, it doesn't bring happiness. It's all just for show. What I need to reach is love. And that's what's most important to me, the vibration of love, And it's very rare. And I was speaking to someone the other day, and he was saying men have not reached the potential of love because we've been told we're not supposed to love. And I was thinking, what are you talking about? You're not supposed to love. Because if you don't love, you're hurting yourself first and foremost, because you're not loving yourself first. Because if you don't love another, that means you don't love yourself. And if you ever felt the feeling of love, because I felt the feeling of love, I've got a book called Let Love Find You. And what the book does is help you to find the feeling of love within yourself first, because you have to love yourself first before you can love another. So it's basically having a feeling of love within inside of yourself. So what has happened, people are looking outwardly for so-called love, relationship, but they're looking at a person's clothes, they're looking at a person's bank balance, they're looking at a person's status, they're looking at what house a person has. They're looking to see if their colour is in the latest fashion, It just goes on and on and on, outward love. But outward love is superficial. It doesn't last. Even if it lasts, there's no happiness. It all has to be about inner love. Now, I'm still learning. I'm still on the journey of learning about inner love, and I still really want to meet my partner. But I tell you something, men need to stop looking at other women, and they need to appreciate the woman they're with. And if they're not truly in love, why are you there? You know, because us as human beings need to really, really start finding our higher potential, you know. And it's got to the point now I go out and I can feel all this loving energy of other men that are with other women. And that's the energy you're supposed to be giving to the woman that's next to you. And I'm just hoping within myself this video reaches out to people that are going through this. And it's something that I feel very strongly about, because I just want to go about my everyday way and get on with my life without being looked upon, you know, when that person has his partner. It's not so bad when a man is not with his woman, but it always happens when the man is with his partner. And for me, I think society needs to start basically loving themselves, so we all can attract our soul partners, because I truly want to attract my soul partner. And stop looking at other women, men. Even when you're settled down, don't do it. Love the woman you're with, because I don't like it. And I don't want that other woman being upset with me. And I certainly don't want to be pushed just because your man can't control himself and your man doesn't feel 100% in love. It's not my fault. So any woman out there that blame another woman that is out innocently on the street doing her thing, I did not turn his eyes. I did not go up to him and said, "Oh, you're very handsome. Please, can I have you?" No. He done that all of his own accord. So the woman should not be blamed. You need to figure out why your man is doing that. You know, you need to figure it out, because I'm not to blame. I live on this earth and I'm allowed to go shopping and buy my food with my daughter. And it so happened the same woman was at another shop at Asda with the same man, and he was still doing the same thing. And you shouldn't have pushed me for it. So women out there that are like that, don't do it. It's not the woman's fault, it's the man. Okay, it's your man that's by your side. So I'm going to do some more videos on this, because it's going to take me longer. I've only got 15 minutes on here. I only do 15-minute videos, but I'm just going to go into about self-love more, and women need to higher their standards and stop putting up with bullshit. Basically, you're putting up with it. That's why it keeps happening. The more a woman don't put up with it, the more she's going to reach her potential to find her partner. I've stayed single. I've been single for nearly a year now, and I'm pushing to find my soul partner that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Don't get me wrong, it's not an easy journey. I find it very, very hard every day, but I know eventually I'm going to meet the right man, because I haven't been meeting the right man, and it's been a horrible, horrible past, basically. So I will talk about it more in future videos. I'm going to go now. Love you all. Bye-bye.